everyone, hello, welcome back to the vlogs. Today, we're going to do a bit of record shopping, I promise. We'll do the usual stuff later. But I wanted to show off some books I've got. And I'm not sure, I've shown off a few of them before, but sort of like an update on what I've been reading and stuff. Now, this first one was a hand-me-down from my granddad. He was a war baby during, actually, I don't know when he was born, but I think he was born in the late 30s. So he grew up through World War II, and he's always had a fascination with warplanes. So he gave me, since I do too, he gave me this, Combat Aircraft of World War II. Now, it's not really, I suppose it is a read. If you're like that interested in planes, you could read the descriptions. But I don't really read the descriptions as much. Maybe from my favourite planes. See if I can find it. Hang on. My favourite plane during World War II is... Haha, found it. You have a picture of it there. The P-51 Mustang. It is the most beautiful piece of engineering during World War II, in my opinion. Absolutely love them. The North American P-51 or A-36 Mustang with the... it doesn't tell you... It should tell you what engine it has. Yeah, it doesn't say what it's called, yeah. I love a Mustang. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I should be showing you. It's a bit difficult to hold up, but there's a Mustang. Sort of on point. If you haven't seen the new Top Gun Maverick, you should definitely give it a watch. But yeah, it's got all the major players during World War II, the Axis, the Allies, and some of the minor ones as well. That's really good. I'm not sure. This is from the 1990s. It was a hand-me-down, so I don't know how hard it would be to find. But I'll show you my favourite book. Now, I don't really read a lot of books. I read in school. They forced me to read books. You had to if you wanted to pass English, and that just killed reading for me. I was not interested at all because I was forced to do it. Now that I'm shaking the camera because it's on the bed. Anyway, my favourite book, the best book I've ever written, I've ever read, is The Secret Garden. Does it tell you who wrote it? I don't know. Oh, sorry. Francis Hodgson Burnett. This is a classic. I love the story of Mistress Mary. I love the gardener. I love the robin, of course. And I love... So this is a book by I can't bloody say that. Minalima. She does... I'll show you why it's so cool, but she does all different kinds of books. She's done Alice in Wonderland. She's done the first two Harry Potter books. Basically, it's really beautifully adorned inside with like great artwork and and pop outs as well, which is cool. So you got stuff like that. There's all these these little sheets of paper, they protect it. Let me just get in there, you. So you got Mary's cut-out wardrobe. See if I can find the cooler one. Aha. How does it open up? Oh. This is Mary's Garden. I just think that's really cool. And this is the best book I've written. Best book I can't speak today. Best book I've read. Not written. I haven't written it. It's not mine. Best book I've read. That is really cool. I need to get more of Minalima's stuff actually. But I know my girlfriend's got loads of them. So since we might live together one day, hopefully, I don't need to buy them. But that's really cool. I definitely recommend that to read. And Michael Palin's Around the World in 80 Days. This is really good. It does what it says on the tin. He tells the story of what it was like traveling around the world. And although it's it might not be for everyone, I did really enjoy reading it. This one is Josephine Tay. I'm not sure who that is, but this is a real old school crime drama sort of book. And although I managed to finish reading it, and it was pretty good, it's a very old-fashioned book. I think it was. Does it tell you when it was first? This is obviously a reprint. This isn't an original, but I think it was like 1930 something. Josephine Tay, 1951. Way off, but it's got a lot of like old-fashioned words that aren't really used today in it, and it's very. Because I have my dyslexia, dyspraxia, and all that fun stuff, it was a bit hard to read, but it was pretty good once I finished it. Now I've got my Sasha has the collection of Beatrix Potter, and she had a spare one, so she gave me this. And it's just, I did read it, but obviously it's a children's book, but it's just nice to have, and then I can give that to my kids if I'm lucky enough to have kids one day. So I'm reading this at the moment, which Sasha bought me. It's a really great wartime novel by Jason Hewitt. Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm not that far through it at the moment, obviously, but from what I've read so far, the main character has just been. It sounds like he's got shell shock, and the way that the author Jason is portraying shell shock is brilliant, and it's really interesting. So I'm thoroughly enjoying that one. Then I don't really have, as I said, I don't read many books, but I like my music magazines, and I would recommend these. So Mojo do collector's series. They've done the Beatles, which I've got, and this is their newest one, which is Pink Floyd, and it's brilliant. So it goes over all their albums, and then Syd Barrett's solo stuff, and the Live at Pompeii, the late years with David Gilmour, the early years. And it's really well written, and there's lots of pictures as well. So if you're like me and you struggle to read longer books, then music magazines are definitely a venture, a way to go. It's really helpful, and this is really good. Now lastly, I think I showed this off because I bought it in Plymouth, but it's really good. We have Visualizing the Beatles. I think you should only really buy this one if you love the Beatles, but the way it goes over, like, what even goes into like what they wore throughout the years, and you got what are you hearing, who played what instrument and how loud it was, and I just think it's really cool and interesting. We were sat in the hotel room, me and Sasha, and then she was quizzing me on Beatles stuff, and I think I got like most of all of it right. I should enter a quiz. If someone does a quiz where money's the prize and these are Beatles questions, I could probably win it. Don't quote me on that, but I reckon I could. But yeah, I mean, that's all the books I'm currently reading or have read. If you have any book suggestions, leave them down below. I do like autobiographies or biographies by artists, because the first book I read, you know, when I wanted to get back into reading, was this one, which I have shown off on the channel before. It's Prince's one. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's such an interesting dude. So if you know any other music-related autobiographies, that would be great. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.